parents in our community are keeping a closer eye on their children tonight, getting strict with the rules and praying for their safety. That's because Ryan Rogers' murder is every parent's worst nightmare. An innocent bike ride turns into a brutal, deadly, and random attack.
It's a horror Ryan's family is living tonight. The one shred of relief is knowing their son's accused killer is behind bars.
Police say it was Semmie Williams, a homeless drifter with a lengthy criminal background, who stabbed Ryan to death when the 14-year-old went for a bike ride just minutes from his home in Palm Beach Gardens. Police say DNA evidence from headphones, a blood-stained bandana, and a bizarre YouTube page helped them connect the suspect to the crime scene.
CBS 12's Jay O'Brien joins us live tonight with the suspect's videos and how he ended up in our area. Jay?
Yeah, Liz, Jim, good evening. It was more than 2 weeks ago that this desolate stretch of road became the scene of 14-year-old Ryan Rogers' last moments. The suspect in this case, Semmie Williams, is not from this area. He has strong ties to Miami, however, so there is this lingering question tonight of how he made it all the way up here. You mentioned those YouTube videos. We have spoken with police, and they have confirmed that YouTube videos viewed by CBS 12 News are from Semmie Williams. We're about to show you those videos. And what they do is paint a picture of how Williams made it all the way up from Miami to Palm Beach County on the day police say he committed murder.
Yeah, so I think he's probably a harasser.
On November 15th, Semmie Williams, a homeless drifter, woke up in Miami. Nearly every second of Williams' life documented in YouTube videos to a channel with more than 180 subscribers. In each clip, his paranoia apparent.
Hey man, you following me? Did you follow me? No. You followed me here to the train, to this station here, right?
On the day, Ryan Rogers left home and never returned. Semmie Williams boarded the tri-rail, headed north to Palm Beach County. Williams next emerges not far from another tri-rail station along Australian Ave in West Palm Beach. His rants continue.
They're doing the illegal following.
This quick video is shot sometime during the hours before Ryan Rogers' death. It was the last time Williams would publish a video that day. Police records claim Williams was later spotted on a security camera more than 10 miles away from the site of his last video, walking north on Central Blvd in Palm Beach Gardens. Arresting documents say Williams and 14-year-old Ryan Rogers crossed paths around 7:30 p.m. Rogers was found dead the next morning with stab wounds to his head and face. Investigators say DNA found on headphones at the scene matched Semmie Williams. In this YouTube video shot the day of Ryan Rogers' murder, you can see a silhouette of Williams appearing to be wearing over-the-ear headphones.
The morning after the murder, the same morning that police discover Ryan Rogers' body, Semmie Williams' videos start back up again. And they start here at this lawn of an abandoned building in Mangonia Park. Williams appears to be sitting right here in the grass. The camera faces this way. He doesn't discuss the crime he's accused of committing just a few hours ago, but does continue his rants about how he feels police and everyday citizens are out to terrorize him.
They have chips and planted all over my body, right? And they also reading my mind through my ears.
We showed the videos to Dr. Rafi Wald, a psychologist. He hasn't examined Williams personally, but says his behavior in this footage shows someone disconnected from reality.
There's some involvement of delusion because it's something that's not actually happening, and there's paranoia.
Wald adds the vast majority of people suffering this kind of mental illness aren't violent, but a small few can be. Back to the day after the murder, Williams appears to take the tri-rail back from Palm Beach County to Miami. Eventually, he arrives at a park. You can hear children playing in the background as the camera eventually pans down to a green backpack in Williams's lap. It was in that backpack, police say, they found a blood-stained bandana with DNA belonging to Ryan Rogers.
They was also illegally tracking me by cars.
Williams would continue to upload YouTube videos for weeks after Ryan Rogers was found dead, stopping only after this clip, a few days before his arrest.
You can see how evil and dangerous that these people are.
Dr. Wald, that psychologist that you just heard from, made a point to say that mental health issues are not a predictor of violence. But what is a predictor of violence is past violent behavior. We know that Semmie Williams had a history of arrests. Some of those arrests were violent. They were made in other counties and other states. We know that law enforcement is now looking into those cases.
Here is a timeline of the investigation. On November 15th, Ryan went on a bicycle ride and did not come home. His body was found the next day. On November 20th, Ryan's death was ruled a homicide. And last week, police announced an $8,000 reward for any tips that could help lead to arrests. Then on the 29th, police began working with federal law enforcement partners. And last night, an arrest was made.
The community has rallied around his family and friends.
CBS 12's Andrew Lofholm is live off Central Boulevard, where a small memorial continues to grow. Andrew?
That's right. So here's the memorial here. It's been a show of support here for Ryan, but the community wants to do more out here because at night it is pitch black, and they want to change that.
Sometimes it takes something devastating to spur change. And for change, you need support. It's a fight Audrey Becker isn't sure she'll win, but it's worth fighting for.
We want Central Boulevard lit up at night for safety.
Under the cover of darkness, Ryan Rogers was stabbed to death along Central Boulevard right before it passes over I-95. At night, the only lights on Central are from transient headlights. The random attack happened at 7:30 at night by a man police say Ryan had never met. Ryan's body wasn't found until the next day after the sun rose. Tess Cena remembers that morning.
I saw all the police activity, and I thought it might have been related because I had just heard that he was missing. And then I found out later that it was related, and I haven't been down this street since then.
She used to take daily walks here with her 3-month-old baby. Now that there's been an arrest, she's comfortable walking here again. She supports adding streetlights.
It's pitch black here. I could easily imagine how I thought maybe he was hit by a car because there's really no visibility. And, you know, for such a nice area, you would think that there would be some streetlights.
Audrey at first did her work in the shadows. She's the once anonymous woman behind these red ribbons.
That was his favorite color.
She knows being heard, being seen can make all the difference.
You've been really active in terms of you got the red ribbons out, now you're doing these signs. What's inspiring your activism in this case?
I don't think that we should be quiet about it. We need justice for someone who was killed in our neighborhood, and you can't be quiet about it. You know, we have to make a difference, and I feel like I can do something about it. I could draw attention to how he died and maybe prevent something horrible from happening to someone else.
Adding lights is actually a complex process. Central Boulevard here is actually owned by the county, so they would have to approve it. And then there's a question of funding. Adding lights can take sometimes years, but if it's a safety issue, it can sometimes be expedited. Now, I'm in touch with the mayor of Palm Beach Gardens, also the county commissioner's office, especially County Commissioner Marino, whose district this is, and the TPA, Transportation Planning Agency. They know that this is something that some out here want. I'm in contact with them. This is going to be a developing story as we learn more about the prospect of lights out here. We'll be sure to update you.